All right, we're back, circling back. Exactly 5 minutes. The podcast where we take listener prompts from you, the listener, obviously, and talk about them for exactly 5 minutes. My name's Will DeFries. To my left, David, Mr. Liv Moss himself, Ruff.
You know, my phone is on Do Not Disturb. I have no laptop in front of me. Look forward to talking about whatever it is the people want us to talk about for 5 minutes on each topic and nothing more, nothing less. This hat is a distraction. I'm turning it around.
Yeah, dude, take that hat off.
I'm officially in sicko mode. And I'm ready to do the podcast thing.
Tough day to wear the PGA Tour hat in here. They just got absolutely cocked. Dylan Shivery's in the building.
When you get a text from Retail Therapy's Barrett Dudley about the golf thing that just happened, you know it's a big deal. Noted non-golf guy.
When the fashion boys are texting about the golf, you know that something's rippling through the community.
A wild day in the world of sports.
I love that Barrett thinks that we might somehow get some intel.
Yeah.
I appreciate
we don't know
that.
anybody.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
we
something
would just-
tells me, like, even if we hit up any sports media people that we know, like, something tells me we're pretty low on the list
Hold
of
on.
responding to.
I'm going to text John Peterson real quick.
Yeah. Text John Peterson. Yeah.
Sure, you got some hot takes.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some takes flying on Twitter and in my group text.
Anyway, happy to be here to talk about different things for exactly 5 minutes. That should be fun.
It's almost good that we don't have a regular podcast to do right now because I have so many questions in regards to what's happening with PGA and Liv that, like, I don't think it would end up being a good podcast. It wouldn't age well, at least.
You got to give it some time to breathe.
Can I make an admission right now? Has nothing to do with golf.
Okay.
I'm kind of having a tough time at home. As you guys know, we got rid of our Nespresso machine, and I've had to adapt to being a pot of coffee guy. And what I've learned is that
You were excited about it.
I am excited about it. But what I've found is that I don't have the right proportions yet for my pot of coffee. It's either too strong, I'm drinking too much, I'm drinking too little, and I'm just kind of all out of sorts. This morning, I drank 2 cups of strong Bing Bong, and like my brain is just constantly in the last 30 seconds mode of exactly 5 minutes.
I actually ordered you a little pour-over coffee kit as well as a ceramic hand grinder.
Well, I don't need that because my machine technically does the exact same thing per you.
Wow, you're exactly right. That's so
It's
true.
the exact same thing, for sure.
Yep, it sure is. Well, I hope you figure it out. That's a big challenge ahead of you to get the right proportions of coffee grounds to water and whatnot.
I'm worried I'm going to get addicted to caffeine.
Your boy accepted that a long time ago. I'm straight up.
I feel like Dave's going to end up being the guy who's ordering like cold brews at like after dinner and shit.
Oh, I had one with lunch at Easy Tiger yesterday, and then on my way to get Randy from the daycare, I stopped and got a protein/cold brew hybrid at like 4:30, which is too late to be drinking cold brew coffee. So yeah, Will, you're pretty much right.
What would happen if we fed our 2-year-old sons like a nitro cold brew can? Would they just like?
Can you imagine the blowout?
Would they just freak out?
I made Parks a little cup of coffee the other day. See if you'd like it. Put a little half and half, some sugar in there. He took a couple sips. He's like, and then he put it down. He's like, nah.
How old were you guys when you took your first Bing Bong hit?
Probably around that time.
I feel like
Okay.
around 10, my mom, I was really tired, didn't sleep. She let me try a little bit, and I hated it. I don't think I drank it again until after college.
Coffee's very gross the first time you try it.
There was a cool graphic designer that I worked with when I was 18, and he would drink Red Bull every morning. So that was my kind of introduction to, extreme caffeine in the morning. And then I started to dip into the Starbucks double shots.
Did he later go on to develop business at a mid-sized media
He probably
company?
did. I need to go look him up. Maybe that's the same guy. Maybe that's why Brett and I have such a good rapport because
Could be it.
Do we
Or
know each
report.
other? Can you imagine?
He did kick it though. He kicked that habit.
He picked up
But
a
he-
sales
he
habit.
didn't
Replace
kick-
it with something
yeah,
else.
he replaced it with Celsius. And I've also seen Brett get many a Red Bull.
And I don't know if that's healthier or not, but at least he was able to.
When we went to the
Uh,
Kentucky Derby, we stayed in like a place that had a fridge, and the fridge was essentially just full of things that were from other guests that had stayed in the room. It was more of an apartment, and they left back a bunch of Red Bull. And I opened it up, and I was like, "Oh, Brett's about to just absolutely relapse here," and he did. Drank it the entire time.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Should we play exactly 5 minutes? A game show podcast?
Yeah, you tell me when to spin.
It's not
Tell
a
me-
game show podcast.
Tell me, spinning boy.
I mean, fuck it.
Let's
Do it
ride.
live. Well, it's an all-time.
Hey, Dylan, you got to lock the wheel before you spin it, my guy.
What?
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Oh, there's balls
15.
everywhere.
15.
There's balls everywhere.
We'll just go with it. I'll just blindly pick from.
I hope that sound came through. That was a good sound.
What a disaster that was. We'll go with it. It's okay.
You might need to do some maintenance on this
Yeah.
instead of acting like this is all okay, because it's certainly not at this point.
Okay, the door is now closed. We'll just go with what we have left in there. How
Okay.
about that?
This question is number 15. Would you rather be perpetually drunk or perpetually hungover?
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
I mean, my immediate response is like, that's a no-brainer, but is it? I don't know. I don't want to be drunk all the
But-
time. Can't drive.
You're impaired.
So that's the thing. Like, I want to know how drunk I need to be.
I would not be a good father. I know that. Probably not. I mean,
But if you were hungover, like you're also going to be a bad father.
You can power through hangovers though.
yeah.
Some people can.
Oh, that's a
Sunday Scaries guys turns into a little bitch.
Randy's shaking his head
I'm-
like we know what you would pick, Randy.
I'm going hangover because assuming that I don't have, the amount of alcohol in my system that would cause this, it takes out DWIs. So I can still drive a vehicle and not put people at risk or myself or anybody. So
Could we get a Tesla?
self-driver.
This is an interesting question.
Like if you could get a self-driving car and there was a statute in here that said that if the self-driving car, you wouldn't get a DUI if you were perpetually drunk. It's just how you feel, like you wouldn't actually be drunk. Then like that would interest me because I think the driving portion of this might be the toughest part. I also hate driving when I'm hungover.
Yeah, that sometimes makes my hangover much worse.
oh,
Dude, being on, like, if you're ever driving to Pine House Pizza on Burnett and you have to go down that tight little road, windy road, and you got like a hangover.
45th is the
It's like, dude, I'm about to sideswipe somebody.
45th is
bad
my least
road.
favorite road in Austin.
It's-
I hate it.
It's so tight. It's so windy. No one drives the speed limit on it. So everyone's just going into each other's lanes.
You can't drive next to another car. You have to stagger because the lanes are so narrow and windy. You're going to run them off the road.
If I see
Yeah.
someone gaining on me, I'm like, what is your problem?
Yeah.
Like, you need to get away from my car.
If you speed
Gosh.
up, like then the other car will speed up.
Always being hungover would be so terrible. But
You
I
can't
think
even make it look fake.
I think you have to pick that, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's decide right now. We got 3 minutes left of this question. Let's decide right now. Like, what level of drunk are we? Are we 2 margaritas at Matt's,
Mhm.
or are we like 3 sheets to the wind? Because if we're hammered, I don't
Yeah.
want. I'm not choosing that anytime.
Are we fun drunk or are we stumbling around like slurring our words drunk?
I think
Very different.
my perfect buzz is 2 Frozens at Matt's at this point. It makes me feel very, very good.
Give me 2 margs at Matt's over 2 margs at El Tiempo.
Yeah.
Because 2 margs at El Tiempo has proven to be not a good idea.
2 margs at Matt's is also, I don't drive after 1 marg at Matt's.
Being drunk obviously is fun, but it's a treat. You don't want to always be drunk. It's a little treat
Plus,
here and there.
I normally just do 1 beer.
That's facts.
So it's just a little weird.
Yo, that's facts.
You saw me.
I think I
Gotta-
think you have to go
I
hungover,
think you have to.
but that sounds awful.
Living your entire life drunk though, like you're not yourself anymore. You're just that's just I don't know.
Oh, you know what else?
Accepting being
parents.
hungover for the rest of my life sounds so awful.
There's something where we haven't even talked about. Some people get extremely horny when they're hungover.
It's true.
Some people.
No, dude, it's very much a thing. It's very much a thing. I
That
did a
is a
segment. It was
thing.
one of the first segments I ever did on Sunday Scaries about how people get horny when they're hungover.
It's big old facts.
So man, you're just gonna.
You're just
Just
be rocked
horned
up at
up.
all times,
It's
ready
not-
to
I
go.
don't know if I want that.
Why is that? Why does that happen? What's the science behind it?
I don't know.
There
You're
is
looking for
science behind
comfort.
it. I actually do know. Like Vice actually put out a pretty interesting article about it that I referenced a lot during that segment. I think it had something to do with like you're just. I don't. I'm not even gonna go down the road. Backers will be mean to me about it. They're gonna be like,
Depression can make people horny too.
really?
'Cause it's your body's way of like counteracting it. It's like here are some endorphins if you were able to, get a release. It's true.
I'm
Okay.
trying to think of a dolphin joke.
Endorphins.
Because dolphins are horny,
Sure.
famously.
I guess. There's something there.
If it's a 2 beer buzz, if you're buzzed, I think I could be convinced into doing a 2 beer buzz perpetually. If it's like a really bad hangover, it would make my life so miserable.
If it's 0.08 or above, which is the legal limit in Texas, I believe that's still it.
0.08.
0.08, which for me, my body weight, I think that's like 3 beers in an hour, 3 drinks in an hour.
I'd like to do an official. I would love to do an official test of what I would actually be after X amount of drinks.
You were just fucked around with a breathalyzer?
Yeah, but I always feel like the breathalyzers I fuck around with are the ones that like are just pieces of shit that like aren't actual police ones, and they're just ones that like your mother-in-law buys you for Christmas, and everyone gets drunk around the couch.
Yeah.
Which is something that happened with me one time.
Yeah.
They made me blow, and when they saw what mine was, everyone kind of gave me like a, oh. I'm like, okay, I'll tone it down for this event.
I'm officially choosing to be hungover perpetually, and that sounds awful, but
Me
I
too.
think you have to do
hate
it.
this answer.
It's a
That's the
responsible
only
thing.
move.
Yeah, the no driving thing. Let's try this again.
I wonder which one. I want to know which one is never getting chosen today. That's on the ground over there.
What if you lived in New York, though, and you didn't need a car?
It's true.
62.
Number 62. Free play. We've done this before. Go to Am I the Asshole on Reddit, sort by the last week, and determine if that person
Is an asshole.
is in fact the asshole.
I like it.
Okay. Something tells me that this is always going to yield the person being an asshole, because I feel
Study
like if you get
show.
updated, but like, yeah, if you have to ask the general people, then you're probably being an asshole. Okay. Am I the asshole? Oh, okay. Well,
We got to do the top one?
yep.
Oh, darn it.
Am I the asshole for disposing my pads in my boyfriend's bathroom? Not sure if this is actually not safe for work, but better safe than sorry. My boyfriend, 23, and I, 18, have been together for about 3 months now, and this is the first time I've spent the night over at his flat while I was on my period, so they're obviously British. Since yesterday, I've been changing my pads in his bathroom each time. I wrapped the used pad in plastic paper and I put it in the trash can. The trash can has a lid and there's a plastic garbage bag in there, so the pad was touching nothing but the trash that was already inside. I genuinely didn't think it was a big deal until my boyfriend took the trash out this morning and noticed plastic wrappers in the bag. He knew the packaging for my pads were them because he had seen them before, and he was quite outraged. He asked whether my used pads were also in that bag. I told him yes. He dropped the bag, calling me disgusting and telling me to take out the trash myself. I did, and then I asked him where I should put them in the future. And he told me I could have just kept them in my purse until I got home.
Okay.
I'm staying at his place for 3
my
nights
God.
because we both have some time off, so I wasn't going to do that. He said he didn't want this.
Okay. She's
I-
asking if she's the asshole.
She is.
She should be asking if is he the asshole.
She is not the asshole.
She needs to go to a different Reddit, which is simply called "How do I break up with my boyfriend
Yes.
of 3 months?"
He's 23, dude. He's an idiot. His brain's not developed.
He is an idiot, and this is probably his first experience dealing with this kind of thing, and he didn't know what to expect. And he's just an inexperienced dumb idiot.
I like the idea that she would just carry it around in her purse.
Dude,
Yeah,
that is the worst.
that's
That is the
insane.
worst suggestion you can give.
This dude's gonna hate having a kid.
So those aren't flushable. I would imagine you got to throw them
So
out.
I will
Yeah.
say I'm obviously not an expert on pads, as I've never used one, but I used to work somewhere where there were toilet clogs because of that, and people started to get very angry, being like, "Please
Yeah.
just throw them away.
Makes
Please
sense.
just do that." Like,
Makes sense.
yeah.
No, you are not the asshole. You were doing even like took the step of wrapping it up so he couldn't see what was inside.
I think-
Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
I like to compromise. So what if you gave him some and said, "Hey, next time you go play golf, you can use this for your gooch grease."
Yeah.
There it is.
So callback.
Yeah.
Were you here for gooch grease?
No,
You were
I
gone.
wasn't. I kind of wish I was, because I think that's something I could have gotten on board with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean we weren't out on it completely.
So I have actually tested out the Gold Bond spray. I saw a swamp ass meme on Zyre Golf, and a bunch of comments said, "Get the Gold Bond spray; it'll help you out." And while I didn't try it on the course, I just decided one night recently to do it in the area that you would do it, and I have to say that it was very painful, and I don't think I'm going to do it again. What, Randy?
I can let you borrow some of mine. Mine's not painful.
The Gold Bond spray, it felt like it was going to freeze my butt off.
Nah. I
Will
got,
you
like,
apply
the
it?
scented one, and it's like a special one. I'll bring
show
it.
Okay,
up.
thank
show
you,
him how
thank
to
you,
put it
Randy.
on.
Thank
Please.
you. Thank you. There was a tweet I don't remember who actually did it, but it's something I think about every single time I'm presented with this situation. And I feel like it's a diet version of this, where a guy just completely is in the wrong. And it's essentially that, like, whenever a wife or a girlfriend or somebody hands their purse over to their husband to hold for a little bit, the husband always holds it like it's like nuclear waste. And so now whenever Sally hands me her purse, if she needs to like grab Fritz or something, I try to look like super confident so that other people are like, "Wow, that's a stand-up husband over there."
I've seen people that are like that. It was like shopping bags too. Like they're like shopping with their girlfriend. Like, hey, hold these for me, and it's like, dude, no one's gonna think you're gay. Like, calm down. Like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, no one thinks you have a purse because it's yours. Like, just like take the purse and be fine.
How fragile are you?
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah. So every single time that I take hers now, I try to look like I'm like, no, this is my purse. I'm fine.
Own it. Yeah, this guy's a dickhead.
Yeah, I wonder what the state of sex ed in England is,
Yeah.
like in the public school system. Because
Make him learn the hard way.
it doesn't seem like he's very familiar with how this whole process works. And if he is, sounds like this guy's a big jerk.
I mean, it would probably make sense if you're gonna put your stuff in there like that. That's obviously pretty gross. If he would like soon after take the trash out just as a courtesy. But for him to react this way,
Yeah.
fuck no. Fuck
Do you think it's more normal in England for people to date like a 23-year-old to date an 18-year-old because you can actually go to the bars with them? Whereas here, if you were dating an 18-year-old, you wouldn't be able to go to a bar with them?
Oh, I forgot about that.
I don't know.
It's a good question.
I'm past that.
Dylan, that was exactly
I'm
5
sorry.
minutes. I don't know why you're trying to still weigh in on this
I don't
question.
know. I got rattled by the ball situation earlier. We're
That's what she
I'm
said.
playing with a short deck right now. 65.
You're commissioner for a day in your favorite sports league. What is the first change that you are making?
I'm merging with Live Golf. Like day one. Like, guys, we got to do this. Like, the future of golf is in our hands. We got to do this now.
Throw out everything I said about
Dave
human
Monahan.
rights. Throw out the dirty money thing that I've been.
I know that their intelligence agency likely financed 9/11. I know that. And that day sucked, man. I didn't like it either.
And I've been spending a lot of time trashing them.
And they dismembered a journalist who was an American citizen. But we got to do it. We have to do it to him. We have no choice. That was timely.
I'm still so rattled by this. I need to know more.
It's a big deal.
Okay, what's your favorite sports league? Let's take the PGA Tour out of it since this kind of got all weird as fuck.
Either NFL or MLB.
I think it's NBA. Just overall, like the league with the drama.
This league.
NBA.
Mine's EPL, obviously.
Mine's La Liga. I don't know why I didn't just go to that first.
How do you feel about Kareem Benzema going to the Saudi league?
Dude,
Everyone's
getting
going
the
Saudi
bag.
these days.
Let me guess. He's
Is
getting
there a
the bag.
Saudi podcasting company
they're
that
gonna-
needs to acquire someone for $100 million or
Yeah.
something? Because at this point, if everyone's doing it,
We're
like,
gonna
Well, at
We
least
have to
listen
delete
to
some
them.
takes.
oh yeah, we might have to do some severe editing. We can put Randy on the scene. He's got a better memory for what we talk about than we do.
It's NBA for me.
What change would you make?
Let me put on my Jeff Van Gundy coat here because he's the one who likes to opine mid-game, very good game. Just like, you know what? That's a bad rule. That's my Jeff Van Gundy. I don't know why it sounded like our friend Klein. I am putting in the Rock and Jock 50-point shot. The basket or hoop that is about 25 feet up in the air.
Don't you worry that if Dan Cortez can make those at a regular clip, that like someone like Luca will also be able to do that? And
That's what I'm doing.
Or
That's-
someone like, I don't know, Steph Curry.
This is how I win.
Okay.
I have one for you. If MLB is yours, I have one for you.
Let's hear it.
Relegation system.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay.
Let these minor league teams go and glow up.
Relegation would be fun for a lot of different leagues.
If any of my favorite leagues were American, which the next four are, I would want relegation in all of them.
Yeah.
I think it would make things more interesting, and I think it's a smart way of doing stuff. I think it keeps things much more competitive and fun. I hate tanking.
A lot of baseball guys might not like this, but maybe introduce a salary cap to MLB.
What about PEDs?
No.
Oh yeah,
You don't want to legalize everything?
No.
I do. That's a good
I
call.
just hate super stacked rosters compared to a team like the A's who just,
I mean, I
got
think that would
Rooker.
be fair for my answer as well, but it would also very much not benefit me to have that.
Cut the games. Go from 162 to 90.
that's an obvious one. That's a big cut. Maybe
Yeah.
I've never really understood. I don't want them to scale back the games because I think that it would render the historical records all completely useless, and I don't like the idea of that. But if they played every other day instead of nearly every day, that would get me more in. it would feel like so much less of an investment for me.
Well, not only that, but it makes the games matter more.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if my team loses 2-3 games in a row, in June, it's like, okay, I don't really care that much because there are 100 whatever games left. It's like, we're fine. And so, shorten the regular season would be big for MLB.
There are, the season's too long when there are like Ranger fans, I'm putting this in quotes, that aren't aware that the Rangers are the best team in baseball right now.
A lot of baseball fans don't start paying attention until August.
Well, they're not real fans, but no, I'm not going to gatekeep.
They pay attention in August.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you're missing out on a historically good Ranger team. Historically good for the Rangers, I mean.
That was unexpected, right? I mean, all I
Very
saw
much
was
so.
T-Man complaining all last year. And
Yeah.
then I went and looked at some standings recently, and I was like, oh, the Rangers are cooking.
They're
Well,
cooking.
They got DeGrom, fellow little D guy.
What, they just got on Instagram?
That's good.
He's actually on the 60 day.
And they put some more offensive pieces together too. And they're playing really well.
I didn't come up with anything for the EPL. If I did the EPL, I would space the game. I would maybe make the season go a month later so that there's not congestion in the schedule. There's too many games in a row. Too many players that are out, injuries, stuff like that.
No games on Peacock. No paywall games.
Love that. Love that.
Boom. There
All
it
free.
is.
What the advertisers pay.
Ooh, lucky number 4.
Is that your lucky
Quattro.
number?
No.
If all of Washed Media was on a private jet and the pilot died, who would we want to land the plane?
Well, Brett fancies himself as a big aviation guy.
Brett would want to be
Randy?
the guy. Brett would want to be the guy.
Randy looks like he has an opinion on that.
Yeah, Randy.
I just think that Brett's the chalk answer here, but man, I don't know.
I know. It worries me. It worries me to put the wheel in the hands of Brett.
So if you're going to land the plane, that means you have to be able to communicate with the tower.
Yep.
And they're going to walk you through it, most likely, and you're going to have to take directions and not panic. So who is that person?
So, PJ, that was the question.
Yeah.
So this isn't a prop plane. This is a jet. That changes things.
Obviously, I know how it changes things. But if someone listening didn't know how it changes things, could you explain that?
I'm just saying I would be much more confident landing like a small prop plane than I would a jet.
My brain tells me that it would be easier to
I don't
land a
know.
big plane.
I really
Because
don't know.
you can bump around more.
Well,
Could you do an
I feel
aqua
like-
landing on your prop plane?
I feel like
A Cessna versus like a G5.
I feel
if we have
like-
any pilots listening, please comment and tell us who the actual right answer is for us, by the way.
yeah, you're right. Maybe if you're communicating with the tower and they're like operating a jet, might be a lot easier. I'm just thinking like if I'm in the cockpit of something, I'm much less intimidated by what's going on around me if I'm in a prop plane than I am, in the cockpit of a jet. It's like much more advanced and they got a million switches around me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have more safety mechanisms though?
Probably, yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Let's call a spade here.
But I think
I'm out.
there's a reason you learn on a prop plane first, though. I mean, I think they're
It's cheaper.
much easier to fly.
Maybe easier to fly. Landing wise, just thinking like, I don't know.
It scares me to be
I really
honest.
don't
Marlon.
know.
If my wheels touch down on that runway, I think bringing a prop plane to a stop would be easier than a jet.
I'm hitting
I
him with
don't
that.
really-
I'm
Sully.
taking my name out of the hat. I don't know my lefts and rights. So if I'm communicating with the tower and they're like, press that button on the left and I'm hitting the button on the right, like it's not going to go well.
We got to get you in the back.
I don't like driving either way. Like
We're
it's
gonna get you a paper bag. to
yeah,
put it
yeah.
into.
No.
Brett.
I'm gonna Sully that bitch. Landed on Lake Austin.
I don't know why. I think I'm going with Dylan.
Okay, I appreciate that.
The way that you push your big ass car around all the time, I feel like you're pretty confident
That's
behind the
true.
wheel. Dave, you kind of drive like a bad boy too.
Yeah.
I feel like I would stay very calm, it would be helpful to everyone around us.
Yeah.
Who are you
I
choosing,
might
Randy?
go Brett.
I'm gonna go Brett.
He does have a lot of knowledge about aviation.
I know. But if we're on a PJ, Brett's also going to be a couple cocktails deep.
Then again, every time he talks about aviation on
Great
here,
point.
there are people on Twitter being like, "You have no idea what you're talking
What
about."
if?
Yeah, I
he-
famously invited Brett to come on here after I got to go to Miramar and like go do everything, and he completely shit on like the planes that I wanted him to talk about in like a positive manner.
Very cool.
I was like, cool, thank you for derailing that segment that was supposed to prop up our military and our fighter pilots.
Wow. So
Brett famously does support the military, though. I can say that
we'll see.
with confidence.
Brett also runs the risk of like he's got the headphones on and like the tower's like 4 knots. 5 knots. I don't know, saying shit. I don't know. What's the tower say? He just throws the head. He's like, I don't need this shit. I can do it myself.
He's so confident.
He's
Yeah,
just
he
so
might be too
confident.
confident. He might be too confident.
Yeah, man.
You got to have somebody who takes direction. Did you see the plane over DC?
Rough?
I didn't see it. No.
That
It'd be really
happened
hard to see that plane over
Same-
DC from here.
Well, it ends in tragedy, but it
Oh.
same thing that happened to Payne Stewart's plane. Pressure in the cabin.
Yeah.
Everybody passed out, and then they had scramble fighter jets because it was going towards DC.
Oh,
Oh,
I did
shit.
hear about this.
I did not know about that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make a
It
joke about
crashed.
it.
That's okay.
Have you guys heard the theory that Sully wanted to land in the Hudson?
I watched some of that movie, and I got turned off by it because they were just like trying to blame him for what happened. And I was like, I feel like that. What? Like it was. I don't know if it was intentional.
J-Bone texted me about it, and he's like, yeah, have you heard this conspiracy theory? You should talk about this one on Touching Base.
He just wanted to be a hero by landing a plane in
Yeah,
the river.
never-
I think there was another aspect to it that had to do with pensions or something. Like I don't know,
Oh.
but I thought it was a funny theory. What, Randy?
I have heard this theory before, and now I realize it's because J-Bone told me
Yes,
this
yeah.
theory.
This is definitely perpetuated by J-Bone.
That movie, that subject matter, I have no desire to watch that.
I watched the first episode and I was so turned off by one of the main interviewees of the thing that I was like, yeah, I can't watch this guy for
there's
2 more
a doc?
Is there a doc too?
Yeah.
I was thinking the
Oh.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
No, there's
that's
a
one I was
doc
talking
on it.
about.
I don't
No,
wanna watch that.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the other one.
Okay.
I'm thinking of the one that you watched all of the
All right, no more.
Oh, you're thinking Malaysia.
yes.
We still need to talk about that. We could do that on Touching Base.
All right, Brett's landing the plane, I guess.
53.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 53. You go to the salad bar. What's your rotation looking like? Do you guys like salad bars?
Only if they have an
Olive
abundance
Garden.
of hard-boiled eggs that I can set a record with.
Okay.
Olive Garden.
Let's start. Let's just, do you mind if I try to guide us through this a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start first with our lettuce.
You got to have a bed of romaine, in my opinion.
See, romaine has scared me in public lately after my sweet green issue where I got a romaine salad and had the worst food poisoning of my entire life. And so I kind of only do romaine at home where I can wash it and really go in on it.
I always skew spinach or spring mix. Sometimes I'll combine the two. Just a little heavy on a spring mix, which is a little heavy on the spinach, basically.
Spring mix at salad bars can sometimes be a little gross and floppy.
It
And
can.
so
I know what you're
I do
saying.
like to cherry pick the good spring mix and then supplement it with some spinach and maybe even some romaine.
I'll fuck with some iceberg too.
I mean,
That's a crisp lettuce, right?
dude, we should start a restaurant that does a salad bar, but it's for wedges.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
Wedge bar? Hold on.
Iceberg?
hold on.
Really?
Wedge.
Wedge bar?
No, I'm just thinking of the
Come on, man.
crispiness. Let me just tell you my must-haves and my must-not-haves.
Love it.
Must-have black olives. I love black
Really?
olives. I'm weird about that. Must-have baby corn. I love the little tiny corns. They're just fun. I loved them
fun.
as
Do you
a
do
kid.
what I do and you
I love
load
them
up
now.
the baby corn
Oh,
in
yeah.
one side of it so you can just have a couple solo johns?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cannot have. Don't like radish.
Oh, I love a radish. I went through a big radish phase during
Fuck
lockdown.
Radish.
Radish
is trash.
fucking creeps me out.
More for me, baby.
Radish is a top 3 not fun food.
So if y'all are at Clark's, you don't drag that radish through the butter and put a little salt on it?
I don't fuck with radish at all.
Dude, let me open your world up, dog. You ever had a watermelon radish?
No,
Let's go crazy sometime and have one.
that's not crazy.
It's you're right.
And J Dale used to hit us with those little gingerbread muffins on the side.
That was swag.
That was kind of
That was swag. I never do tomatoes in my salad bar salad because I think it weighs it down too much and I'm not willing to pay for the
If you-
tomato. Like I
that's a
don't
good
like
point.
tomato enough to pay for it.
I feel like the heaviest item outside of if you put a protein on there is the cucumber. The sliced cucumber feels like it's adding
Do you
2 pounds. To
I
my
have a
thing.
theory that they slice things thicker so that
No,
you're
they
forced
do.
to do it. Yeah.
Dude,
I
they're
don't-
not finely sliced.
I don't fuck with cumbers though. Y'all know that about me.
No, I don't. Really?
I'm doing
No.
cumbers, dude. I always go red onion. I think red onion is a great addition to any salad in a salad bar, to any salad in general.
Any salad.
If I have been enjoying this, I know pescatarian will's in full effect. But I do like to do bacon bits from salad bars.
Oh yeah.
They just They seem like they come out of the little plastic thing that you get at the store
See,
for
but
like $2.
I'm thinking of the ones at Central Market, the salad bar that you and I
Yeah.
frequent the most, and they
Those are
have like
bomb.
they have new bacon there.
Okay, I've got a question. Go ahead, Dylan. You
I'm
had
coming
something.
at y'all with some nuts of some kind. I'll hit y'all with some almonds.
Mm-mm. The closest I'll get to doing that sunflower seeds.
You're
I'll
looking
do-
for
I'll-
some
I'll-
extra
I'll do
healthy
some-
fats and proteins.
I'll do some
Yeah.
sunnies.
I just don't. I'm not a big. I don't like nuts very much.
Big time hard boiled eggs. I mean, y'all know that about me.
A hard boiled egg is probably the
heaviest
heaviest thing that I will put in my.
Same.
my-
I'm gonna leave that meal with some protein in my system.
What?
one
Okay,
way or
let's talk
another.
dressings.
Ooh, I do a light vinaigrette usually.
I go olive oil, salt, and pepper.
I don't know what it is about me. Like at home, I don't like a heavy salad dressing. I always enjoy doing something light and oil and vinegar, something like that. When I'm at a salad bar, I'm going heavy dressing. I go blue cheese. I go ranch, whatever it is. I don't know why. When I'm in public, I just feel a little more wild. I feel a little more responsible
Yeah, you just-
to get those cows in.
You want to get your money's worth.
Yeah.
I'm
All
doing
right.
green olives, Dave,
I've got a question.
not black.
I'm not more of a black olive guy, but
Do you
green
do black
are
olives
fine.
on pizza?
Yes.
Black olives on pizza are sneaky awesome, and I feel like
I don't know-
I feel like people don't order it because they're worried that other people are going to want it
Just
or
been
not want
obsessed
it.
with them. When you guys are at a restaurant, like let's say Carbone, and they're like, "We're gonna do. You want your Caesar salad? We're gonna do it tableside." And they say, "Do you want anchovies or no?" Do you go with the chovies?
I'm not a chovy boy.
I've become a chovy boy.
I'm a chovy boy. If they put more than 2 chovies on there, like I'm not eating 3. But if there's only 2 on there, I'll mix it up a little bit and have a chove.
Getting a little bit of, your omegas, your protein, just in a quick little fun-sized bite. Not saying it's a top 3 fun food to eat, but it's still good.
You know what's a really fun topping Central Market has at the salad bar? Those peas.
Ooh, you don't really have to pay for that. Fun boy. Yeah, those peas.
They're kind of bomb.
Oh, jumped out at me. 68.
Oh, one off.
Has that ever happened?
Okay, this is a good one. If you could force any other Circling Back member to watch any television show that they haven't yet, who are you
easy.
making watch what?
So easy.
This should be easy for you guys.
It's you. It's Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if that's the correct answer. Are you sure?
What other?
You made me watch Jury Duty.
I have not watched The Wire. Would
Oh.
you rather have me watch The Wire or Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, just because it's
Damn.
been a topic of this discussion on this podcast for literal years now.
Do you like Game of Thrones more than you like The Wire?
No.
I would rather watch
Some
The Wire.
season.
I'd rather watch The Wire than Game of Thrones.
They're so different; it's hard to compare the two. But
They
I probably enjoyed Game of
they
Thrones.
check
a little bit
different
more.
boxes, but both are worth watching. Damn, I kind of like Wire Will more than Game of Thrones because The Wire stands the test of time. The Wire, some people say the last season wasn't great, but
Well,
Game of Thrones,
They probably talk more highly of it than they do with
exactly.
Game
Wire
of
is
Thrones.
so different from any show I've ever watched. It just feels like so raw. I don't know. It's an interesting show.
Part of the reason I want to watch The Wire is because I very much enjoy Wire memes. Like whenever I see a meme from The Wire, I'm like, that's good. I wish I could
Yeah.
use that, but I can't because I'd be stealing valor. Are there any really, really famous big shows that either of you haven't watched? Because like a lot of the shows that I tell you guys to watch are things that like I wouldn't say you have to watch it. I
I've-
just want someone to talk about
I've
it.
watched about 40% of The Sopranos. I should probably at some point watch all of it from start to finish again.
Yeah, you need to watch that. I did not watch any Arrested Development.
Really?
Yeah,
The first
I'm
iteration of
familiar
Arrested
with it,
Development was
but-
great.
Right.
Everything
Everything
else after that, it didn't really grab me.
you can skip the latter new seasons because they're just not good. But the first, I don't know how many seasons they did. The
3?
the old version, excellent.
Excellent.
So
So funny.
you have
so
to watch.
good.
It's easy. It's an easy watch. Too.
I got 20 episodes, no less than that, into Lost during the pandemic, and then when I realized that there's like 28 episodes per season, I was like, I can't do this.
I finished Lost.
Yeah, I didn't finish
I
it.
watched it.
One day, I kind of might just go read like a synopsis, Cliff's Notes, if you will.
It gets weirder.
I've
and
done that with
weirder.
I've done that with certain shows where I'm
It's-
like, I can't finish this, but
Yellow
I definitely want to know
Jackets.
how it ends.
It starts off fun and it gets weird.
Dude, I quit Yellow Jackets after like 30 minutes.
I did season 1. I did 3 or 4 episodes of season 2, and I'm like, Just doesn't. It's not appealing.
I'd make one of y'all watch not Breaking Bad, Walking Dead, start to finish, just
That's
for the
fucked.
grind.
Would y'all want me to
It's
finish
fucked up.
Better Call Saul? I want to.
You should finish Better Call Saul.
I just need some more time on my hands to finish Saul.
That's one that you're gonna have to go back and maybe rewatch the last season you watched because
No, I'm very up to date on where I left off. I'm in
Okay.
season. I'm deep into season 2, and I made a mental note when I stopped watching because Sally was over it. I made a mental note, and I might need to read a couple episode synopsises.
I liked Better Call Saul. I didn't love it as much as some people did.
I've been telling Randy to watch What We Do in the Shadows for like months now, and he just never wants to watch
Oh
this
my
stupid
God.
show.
Yeah, I
Watch
know.
it. You will love it.
I know. I just don't have time. My roommate.
I have these plants that I'm taking care of all the time.
Have you seen my strawberries?
I'm
Corn
making the mead.
peppers.
Don't have strawberries.
Do you have a strawberry plant?
No.
Can you bring me a
you bought
jalapeno
some.
sometime from your garden?
Yeah,
So those ones you took a picture of, those aren't ones that you grew yourself.
those are jalapenos.
No, you posted a picture of strawberries recently.
Oh yeah, no, those are store bought. Those are for the mead.
Okay.
Were those hydroponic strawberries?
I don't know.
I watched the season finale of Dave last night, and it might be one of the best season finales I've ever seen in my entire life of season 3.
That's one y'all could get me in on.
The cameos that
Dave.
occur in the
gonna watch
latter part of season 3 of Dave are fucking insane. I cannot believe the amount of famous people that he got in on this
Ooh,
show.
don't spoil.
I'm not going to say a word.
Dave might be my next one.
The way that everything transpires
Yeah, a little
in the season finale is just it's just like, what is going on? How did they think of this?
I need to-
How did they get people to do this?
I need to get back in.
There are a few weird episodes in season 2 and probably 1 or 2 in season 3 that are a little weird, but like the greater vibe of the show is something that I will ride for, and I feel like not that many people watch it. I'm worried about it long term. I guess it's 3 seasons in. I feel like we're all skewing toward like 4-season television shows now.
It gets Twitter buzz.
Yeah, people really like Lil Dicky. I mean, I'm not like I don't think I've listened to like one Lil Dicky song in my life.
Do you have to know his music to like the show?
No,
'Cause I don't.
Most of the show is just
Get
about
that.
his life, and he doesn't do as much music in the actual show itself.
Okay, I may start that.
I just want Randy to finish the season so I have someone to talk about it with in the office.
54. 54.
I thought we already did 54. No, 53. Who is your UFC walkout crew?
That's good.
So you can walk out with your musician. You can walk out with your trainers. Obviously, you're gonna walk out with your trainers. You just have your boys out.
Yeah, I got to bring the squad with me.
Yeah. Like I want my boys to be there, even if it makes it absurdly huge. I definitely want like my friends there. But in terms of celebs, that's where.
Oh, Micah Weiner.
Oh yeah.
Right
I borderline want Micah holding my. If I have a belt at that point, I want Micah holding the belt for me.
He's my lead guy.
I kind of want Dan out there too, but only if it's Dan with the beard.
Micah's like my first off the bus guy, you know?
Yeah. Micah's a really good first call.
I might bring Micah's mortal enemy, Sean, from the exhibition. So it looks like I united people. It's like, look, I got both of them. I got them to like
Wow, like
sign a truce.
bringing the Bloods and the Crips together.
Yeah,
almost.
but it's Micah and Sean.
Right.
Sean,
different.
famously very jacked.
Who would be like a good musician to come out with you?
A lot of guys. So Tank Davis just did Chief Keef.
Okay.
He did Love Sosa. As
Who
he
had
walked
Bieber come
which
out
is-
with him?
Love Sosa's a
all time.
Did Connor have Bieber come out with him? Someone had Bieber come out recently.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, that's kind of hilarious. Because I think Bieber was doing it partially as a bit.
I don't know. I mean, we talking about Lil Dicky just now. I love me some LD.
He's a good hype man. He'd probably
Yeah.
be pretty good at doing that.
He's got mad bars, Dave.
I'm thinking like character, like maybe from professional wrestling. There's some people you'd want like just walk behind, like maybe like Stone Cold, vintage Stone Cold, walking out behind you, or that would be kind of tight. Or you got NWO walking out behind you, or just DX, like Shawn Michaels back there, just telling everybody in the way to suck it, just hitting them with it, crotch chops times 1,000,000.
It's a lot of crotch chopping.
You know what that is?
I do,
That's
yeah.
where I chop my crotch, telling you to suck it.
No, I know. I get it. Like I said.
Okay, Attitude Era.
What about Rashiki?
Okay. He'd put his buttocks in your face as
He
you
would.
were
He likes putting his butt
struggling
on
in
people's
the
face.
turn in the corner.
Okay, that
What a
rings
weird
bell.
move.
That actually does ring a bell.
I might just have Tommy Fury come out with me.
Just a good-looking lad.
Yeah, just a good-looking Jack dude.
Connor would be really good too.
Yeah, he'd be fun, but like
steal the show.
Yeah, he would take away from you. I feel like I want a rapper. Like I think I might just want like Drake, like the biggest rapper in the game, leading me out. Because I think like everyone's gonna be like, why does Will have Drake with him?
Like I didn't know Will had that kind of pool. That's incredible.
Yeah, because like having someone of that echelon would be awesome.
Okay. Any females in your crew?
That was my next thing. I kind of want to go with someone from Love Island for some reason. Like the ring girl. What was her name? Who we all hated and turned on?
Olivia?
Olivia. Like, let's just have Olivia go out.
Oh,
and
she's bad
She'll be
vibes.
carrying a sign.
Yeah, she knows the vibe though when she's doing that.
Yeah, she
gotta bring the homie with me, of course.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's a little miniature version.
I
of
might
me.
just put Fritz on one of those front packs and just walk out like that with him.
I'm gonna put Parks in the same outfit I'm in with
I'm,
same trunks, shirtless.
That's
I'm on
tight.
the side of the guys who don't bring their families to the fights.
He's gonna look like the little skinny kid in Little Giants when he's getting ready for the game.
Oh, when the fight starts, he's got it. We're pulling him backstage
Because that's always sad when like
I don't want him seeing me get my ass whipped.
somebody's getting pummeled and they'll like show like the wife and kids. You're like, okay.
And then the guy who beats you will just mock you in the crowd like that, like it happened recently.
Is he?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
Stylebender?
Niles from Frasier. Just skinny little Niles out there,
He's
just
very intimidating.
hyping me up and just going crazy.
Very intimidating.
That
Next
is-
to Drake.
Huh. Okay.
We got to talk one more minute about this.
I'm getting Harbs.
Oh,
You got to think Harbs has got to be out there.
Should we have Harbs on for Coffee Friday and
Wait.
just like have him talk about like his alphaness?
But do you want guys who are like more jacked than you on your squad?
No, because you want that osmosis tea that I've been talking about lately.
Yeah, you need that tea to like transfer over to you. Vicarious tea.
is he your blood boy?
Yes.
Okay.
We're shirt boys and blood boys.
Okay.
I need your blood, Harbs.
I don't really want the like association because like I think I'd get blowback for this, but like it'd be really funny to have Donald Trump with you and like just walking out
Yeah.
with you. Like it'd be hilarious. Be like, dude, how did he get a
He would
former
look-
president?
So disinterested.
Yeah.
He would just be doing like,
He would outshine though. He would outshine.
That's all I got.
Gordon Ramsay?
Why?
I don't know. I'm just imagining him carrying like a giant steak or something, or like a fucking. I don't know.
It's very willing.
it's a plate of meat that you get to eat if you win.
Yeah.
All right. The number is 31.
Roy Williams.
Okay. Do you think you lived a past life? If not, what do you think you'll be reincarnated as? I don't know why, but I've been recently thinking that, like,
You had a past life?
maybe.
As?
I don't have a feeling as to what it was, but, like, I don't know. I think the concept is kind of funny.
It would be a real big problem if you could remember your past life. It would,
Yeah.
like really defeat the purpose, I guess.
Where did this idea
Do you ever
stem
wonder,
from?
like, sometimes, like, I was talking with my buddy the
Major
other day. I was
religion.
like, maybe this is, like, our first iteration and we're going to get reincarnated as, like, something else. And this was all stemming from another question we got on here of whether or not you'd want to rather talk to animals or know every language.
I'm gonna look something up before I say it.
It's okay. It's okay.
You like religion checking? What are you doing?
It's either, I'm trying to remember if it's Hinduism.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering if it was based in religion. I'm assuming it is.
I feel like if I lived a past life, I had to have lived in like England or something during the 60s when they were like doing, footy action and things were really heating up.
Hinduism, Sikhism, Buddhism,
Okay.
Jainism.
That's what we're talking about here? That's that's their basis.
This is according to PewResearch.org. It's a mainstream teaching. Reincarnation is in those.
How is
religions.
pew spelled?
Pew?
P-
Like pew. P-E-W.
Pew pew.
Oh, we used to do PIU.
P-U?
PIU stood for pack it up, which my roommates would then go smoke a bowl together.
Oh,
They'd always ask me to partake, and I was not really into it.
that's sick. It's like you guys are just having a good time.
No, if I smoke a bowl, I'm gonna fall asleep, dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna cough a lot, then fall asleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna cough like a bitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna wake up with a sore throat and be like, dude, I can't go out tonight. I'm sick.
Would you rather be reincarnated as a human or an animal?
A human.
I just wanted to get that out there.
We have it much better.
Yeah, but do we?
How do you know?
I don't. Maybe,
I've been watching this Chimp Empire show on Netflix, and these monkeys are just out here vibing.
Just flinging
I
shit.
guess they don't have to get jobs and shit.
Yeah, like but their worry is survival.
They have
Like we're not really
jobs-
worried about like straight up survival.
They have jobs in the
there's-
group of monkeys.
There's
the
hunters and gatherers.
ecological system.
What is the doc you're watching?
I think it's called let me Chimp Empire, Netflix. It's
Was the person who did this on Rogan?
maybe.
I think I saw a clip.
A
of it.
vast community of chimpanzees thrives in a forest in Uganda, navigating complex social politics, family dynamics, and dangerous territory disputes. It's
Dude.
four episodes. Highly recommend.
I think they kill for pleasure. I think they'll just kill. For
They
the thrill
thrill
of it.
kill?
Yeah.
You guys ever thrill killed anybody?
No.
Not
Just to
yet.
see how it feels?
Not yet.
Yeah, same. We talk about doing it a lot when I'm in Michigan, but we've never actually done it.
You guys are that's what you and the boys are talking about.
It just seems easy to kill someone up there.
If you're packing it up,
Less going on.
this is pack it up talk. Once the boys pack the bowl, this is what they're discussing.
Pew pew.
Super sticky.
Super sticky.
Oh,
I want to be reincarnated as
dolphin.
dolphin would be pretty lit.
It's for me. It's either a bird or a sea creature. Experience
right.
something different.
But think about spending every night in the dark ocean waters. That would be very scary.
Yeah, but I'm not going to have my
That's your
human
home,
experiences
dog.
to draw on.
It's
It's just gonna feel tight. I'm like, here I am. I'm cozy in my dark waters.
You ever think about that? Fish just down there just sleeping and shit, or swimming around when it's pitch black.
I would never sleep.
Maybe
I'm
they
different.
can see better than I can underwater. I'm sure they can. But just think about it.
I mean,
Ocean's
I just
scary,
want a
dog.
trust
Big
fund at this
water.
point. Like, can I just get can I get one single trust fund like under my belt? Like, I don't need to be famous or anything. I just want like a
That'd be
I just
sick.
want financial security.
You want to be a mailbox money
Just
person?
always worried about a bigger fish coming along and just swallowing you. I'm down with that shit, man.
If I had to do animal, I think I'd just go with my spirit animal. I think I'd go otter.
I'm going bald eagle, fool.
That's fine. But do bald eagles get lonely? I feel like they're loners.
Just flying around, snatching up little trout in the stream and eating snakes and shit. Protected too.
You want to eat snakes. Your
You're
ideal menu is trout and snakes.
better than moving like snakes.
It's true. We played the snake game in Michigan on the golf trip, where if you three putt, you're the snake, and then you're the snake until someone else three putts. And I kept on saying moving like snakes, and no one understood the reference
I
besides me.
hate that game. As a bad putter, I hate that game.
You're not the best putter.
Thank you.
I would probably hate it too.
Okay.
I famously three putted on the last hole twice on the trip.
Good for you.
Yeah, really, really fun. Really fun
Nice.
way to lose a bunch of money. Really fun way. I'm doing otter.
Dolphin.
I'm baldy.
Let's play a game. How many text messages do you currently have outstanding?
I only have 17, but I had 60 when I walked into the office.
I'm at
today.
44.
I only have 7 at the moment.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Oh.
buddy.
I don't have that many friends. 33.
Wow. If you could go back and teach a class in high school, what are you going with?
What did Rod Belding teach?
Rod was a substitute teacher.
Okay.
Yeah, he probably got the job via his brother, Dennis.
Right.
Is that his name?
Yes.
Hey,
Hey, what is going on here? It's my Mr. Belding.
I've never been much of a history buff, but I
No,
feel like
his name was
that'd be,
Dennis Haskins.
I feel like history would be the
Mr.
most
Taylor.
fun subject to teach.
History was going to be my guess. Or
I didn't appreciate it at all when I was in school, but now I'm like, okay, that's actually some pretty cool shit we were learning. I should have
And-
paid attention.
Let's just say
Richard Belding.
what I'm going to teach you can't be learned from a textbook. So don't even bring him to class. I'm going to give you Dave's version of history.
If I could go back and change what I was taught, I would change the way that I was taught history in my school system. I always hear from people like you guys about the amount of Texas history that you learned. I don't feel like I learned enough local history, and I feel like if I would have learned more local history in the beginning, that was more tangible to me, I would have appreciated history more. But when I heard about like something, let's just say something generic like Gettysburg, like it's so old to me at that time in my life that I almost didn't think it was real. Like it sounds like a story, and so I didn't appreciate it at that time. I think if I would have learned more about like local history, statewide, then national, like I might have actually cared more. But I was always bad at history.
I just didn't give a shit. I regret it big time. I just didn't care enough about it to really soak it in and learn all this shit. I was like, okay, I'll pass this test and I'll move on with my life.
Dylan would be the teacher who, like, instead of wheeling in like a TV with like a DVD player or a laser disc, you just put on a history podcast. You put on hardcore history.
Mm-hmm. I'd do
just hit
softcore
play.
history, actually.
I would, yes, I would
do softcore history.
I would only do softcore.
I would teach an art class for sure. I'd be good at it.
I couldn't teach English because I would get so frustrated with everyone, all of my students. Like, you guys are just fucking idiots.
Yeah, you wouldn't have any students left. All the moms and dads would pull their kids out of your class because you were just being an asshole to them because they couldn't figure it out.
Apostrophes are not that hard, guys. Figure it out. That's what I would say.
That's Dylan's dork gene, by the way.
That is your dork gene.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
I am a dork.
That's a good question for this. What's your personal dork gene?
English, grammar.
I would do art. I always had a good relationship with my art teacher in high school. I feel like I was good at it. No, he told me some stuff about hanging out with his wife that I probably shouldn't have known as a 17-year-old.
Oh, one of those. But just share too much teachers.
He was like, "Yeah, we cleared out the bedroom and we brought the mattress down and put it in front of the fireplace this weekend." And
That's
I was like,
hot.
"Don't tell me. Like, that sounds awesome, but
I
I don't think I should know this."
I want to hear more about that.
No,
That
he was
sounds
tight.
like a beating, man.
But I had an individual class with him, so I kind of just got to sit there and like just kind of watch how everything transpired, and I enjoyed it. But if I had to teach not that art's not an actual subject, if I had to teach a subject that you have to go from a textbook from, what are we doing? High school?
The idea of teaching math sounds awful.
Yeah.
If this was middle school, I might go like a science class because I feel like that's pretty doable and more fun.
You're just doing volcanoes every day?
Exactly. It's like dioramas and shit.
Bunsen burner, Dave.
Fuck yeah. Dissecting shit. That's right. I don't want to dissect shit.
Oh man.
I would do accounting. Do they do accounting in high school?
No.
And I would just have kids help me cook the books.
We had an accounting class.
Really? We did not.
We had a class called Business Tech. And you essentially just learned Microsoft Office, and then you started to learn personal finance before the end of the year, but
That's
then
good.
they kind of just ripped you out.
Fantastic high school class.
That's where I found out about 9/11. I was in business tech class. I sat right next to my teacher in that class because we all sat at computers, and he looked over and he goes, "Have you seen this?" I said, "No." And he goes, "This is bad."
I had first period off because I was a senior, and so I watched it at home.
People think I'm making this up. Senior year, weightlifting class. My first period class. We had a weightlifting class. Coach Anderson wheeled the TV in, and after the second one, he's like, looked at everybody. He's like, "This is a really big deal." He's like, "What's happening right now is going to change everything." And to his credit, it did. I'm not playing golf. No, I'm kidding.
I had some friends that had individual gym. It's like, so you just go hang out at the gym all day? They just did homework from other classes.
That's sick.
Yeah. They literally all they did was homework in other classes.
Should have gone to school in Harbor, man.
What if there was a class,
Pretty
individual gym?
Pretty easy.
You just go hang out with a guy named Jim.
I like that.
Yeah, can we just teach gym class? Sounds fucking sick.
Yeah.
Prison ball every day.
Okay.
Good stuff.
30.
Man, we're stuck in the 30s today. What's your plan of attack at a sushi restaurant that you're not familiar with?
Okay.
A lot of different ways you can go.
Oh,
I get
man.
very confused between the terminologies at sushi restaurants.
Let me get this out there first. Ordering from a sushi menu is my least favorite way to order because there's just so much going on, and I love sushi so much, but I don't like. It's just it's an intimidating menu.
You see what I'm doing here, Dave?
Yeah.
I get so confused
I do
between
too.
nigiri and sashimi that I always have to Google it at the table,
Dude,
and I
I
feel
do
like
too.
an idiot.
Sashimi is just the fillet of fish
Just
or
the
whatever
fish.
by
Just
itself.
the fish.
Nothing on it.
Nigiri is that fillet on top of rice, correct?
Yes. So I like nigiri the most.
That is my favorite as well.
If I could have it my way, which I never get to, I would only eat nigiri at sushi restaurants.
Okay. Will, I'm right there with you.
I don't like rolls at this point. I don't like seaweed. And so it's hard for me to eat a lot of seaweed in the rolls. It's just not something I enjoy.
I like exactly one roll. But I'm also a nigiri guy. I always go salmon. Salmon's my favorite sushi fish.
I don't know why, but I always skew for a yellowtail.
Yellowtail's good.
I have no reason. Lately I've been on my sea bream grind. I don't even know what that is,
Yeah.
But I had it once and it was really good, so I've just started doing it more.
See, this is a bad question for me because I usually let the table order. Hopefully there's somebody there more knowledgeable than me. And for me, I'm basic. I'm like spicy tuna roll, California roll, and then like some kind of, I like a salmon roll too, but like I don't know.
I look for rolls that
Tiger
don't have cucumber in them, and lots of fish.
Why no cucumber? You don't like cucumber? I feel like it freshens things up.
I don't want that crunch in my bite.
I get it. I get the crunch. I don't order things with like spicy mayo in it.
I'll do a little spicy mayo.
I don't really. I'm not like totally anti, but that's just not something that I will gravitate toward. If there is a soft shell crab roll on the menu, I will do that. I do like that crunch.
I'll fuck with that.
I do like that crunch.
Sometimes I like to mix in one tempura, shrimp or something roll. I like to mix in tempura, but I don't like it to be a staple of my meal.
I know that when there's tempura ordered for the table, that's going to be for the rest of the table. I'm not going to take too many of that. Like when they put like zucchini in there, like nah, I don't fuck with zucchini at all.
We don't need that.
No,
Ooh,
no,
hell no.
Pretty much whatever I get, it's getting wasabi, soy sauce to the max.
Yeah. Even though the really fancy places expect you not to use soy sauce, I
love it. Soy sauce is it's a top 5
it's fantastic.
condiment.
I don't care how salty my meal already is. If soy sauce is in the mix, I will just be dumping it all over the place. I love it.
I don't like it when these restaurants make you ask for it too. Like you don't need it, sir, but if you really want it, you're going to have to ask us for it.
Something we haven't
Just put it on the table.
Something we haven't gone with yet. Drink orders.
Ooh, I love sake. Love it.
Cloudy?
I do one Sapporo.
Okay.
Which is a fantastic Japanese lager.
If they have any other like Japanese or like, I don't know, foreign beers on the menu, I like to explore those and see what they're like. But Sapporo's always, you're never gonna go wrong with it.
And then I'll hit it with some sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Japanese beer guy.
Cold or hot?
Always cold.
Asahi.
Unless I'm actually like sick or something. But do you like your sake more clear or more cloudy?
I don't know enough about it to have a preference.
Yeah.
I'll probably enjoy both.
I think I like the cloudy stuff, the unfiltered.
You're a cloudy boy.
Yeah. Is there anything that's just a hard no for you?
I mean, sake.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I love it.
I'll do it if
it gets me
if the
fired up.
table's trying to get fucked up and they're like doing sake bombs. I'll do it, but I won't go out of my way to order it.
It's a very fun.
It's a bad
drunk.
hangover.
A very fun drunk.
That's because I always take. It's a bad hangover for me because I always take it way too far when I'm on my sake grind.
It's probably part of it.
You got any sushi takes, Randy?
Sushi for me is I don't like it enough to ever buy it, but I don't dislike it. It's a weird food for me.
Do you guys ever go grocery store sushi?
I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done the
I'm not
HEB.
opposed to it.
It's not fantastic, but it gets the job done.
If I'm really craving it and there's no way that I'm going to go out to dinner, I will go to the grocery store and do it.
You got to be
I will
careful.
only do it on certain days, though.
They give you the soy sauce packets,
What's up with that?
and it just explodes when you open
Why
it.
don't they
It's
just
all
do
over
it
your
in no
hands
normal? Why don't
immediately.
they just put soy sauce in a normal little container instead of putting it in the packets that spill everywhere?
Cost-cutting measures.
In the Chick-fil-A packets, those would be great.
It's just terrible the way that
Yeah.
they do it.
It's just all
It is.
over.
Yeah.
It's a mess. It's a mess.
It's a mess. Last one.
44.
This is such a dated question. We probably started doing this around the time of this. Best and worst Super Bowl foods.
Well, you know I'm on my bell pepper and hummus grind.
Brett's buffalo chicken dip or whatever.
Here, Randy. I feel like you know the answer to this. Does he actually make good buffalo chicken dip?
I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, I feel like it's pretty hard to mess up buffalo chicken.
Yeah,
dip.
like
I
you
mean,
kind of just put
it's
everything
still
in a
pretty
crock
good.
pot.
Yeah.
Is that a Midwest thing?
I think it's just buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just asking. Don't jump down my throat, bro.
Did you not have it growing up?
No.
Oh, I guess it's just.
I
a
didn't really
northern
either.
thing.
I didn't live in
I didn't
Oklahoma.
have it growing up.
I would say it's probably more of a buffalo thing, but yeah, we had it.
I feel like it started
Midwest.
getting more popular in like the like 2010.
Yeah, I'd probably say that like late 2000s, early 2010s.
Yeah.
For me, you've got to have you have to have the triple dipper. You got to have salsa. You got to have queso. You got to have guacamole.
I'm on a real big fresh guacamole kick right now.
It's great, man.
Sally's
it's a great
just been-
summertime treat.
Dude, Sally's just been buying a ton of avocados and we're using them for everything. But when they start to get too soft, we're just guacamole night. Let's ride.
Mash it up.
That's a good call. Oh, you know what's trash is 7-layer dip.
Oh, I like it.
It's so disappointing.
It's got black olives in it, so
It
you know
does.
I'm riding.
That's one of the 7 layers.
I feel like it's just. I feel like it's not in style right now to do 7-layer dip. No one's bringing that to parties
I think
anymore.
people have realized that there are so many better options out there, and they've just kind of done away with it.
You can tell me I'm trash for this, but I don't really like I don't like queso at people's houses
Why?
because it's just not as good as it's at Tex-Mex restaurants. Like it's just always going to be an inferior version.
You don't like the block of Velveeta with Rotel? Just mixed up?
No. The Midwest boy in me absolutely loves that Velveeta and Rotel.
I'll go off on that. I love it.
But like, I don't know. Sometimes queso is just too runny when people do it at their own houses, and I don't like when it's too runny. I like it to be thick and congealed.
Okay. You put some wings out. I'm going in on.
I think wings are
Wings-
technically my number one Super Bowl requirement. Like that's the time that I crave wings the most is Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a good one. Wings are ideal, even though they're not like really fun to eat around a bunch of people because you just kind of look like a savage eating them, and it's all in your teeth and stuff. But still, Super Bowl.
Is a nugget tray from Chick-fil-A an ample replacement for chicken wings?
Ooh,
I'll accept that. Yeah.
I'll accept it, but like I'm gonna be like, man, we kind of missed here not having any chicken wings around.
easier to clean
Yeah, but
up.
they please everyone, and the kids can enjoy them too if you have kids there. Kids aren't doing wings.
It's facts. It's facts.
Mm.
What about chili? Sally always seems to make chili around the Super Bowl.
It is in February. Makes sense.
Yeah,
I'll fuck with some chili.
she always seems to make chili.
What about if somebody just like, is it a mail-in if you just order pizza?
Yeah.
Kind of, but I always
what
get
if-
scared to order pizza on Super Bowl because I feel like everyone's
wait.
doing it, and so yeah, I just don't. I feel like it's just not going to work
I
out
think
for me.
if you're gonna play the Zaw card, as some say, I think you got to pair it with wings. You got to go Zaw and wings.
So you're trying to go to Wing Street.
You can do the combination Wing Street Pizza Hut.
Nothing better than Wing Street, baby.
Never done Wing Street.
Last time I was at a Wing Street, they set down all the food. We were looking at it, and our waiter was walking around making sure everybody was good. And we told him, we're like, dude, this pizza looks so good. And he looks at us and he said, that's how we do at the Hut. And then he walked away. We were like, dude, that was a gangster way to say that. That's
That
how
is-
we
fuck
do at the
yeah.
Hut.
That's the kind of guy you want to employ. Excited about the company.
Great company,
My
man.
dad tried Jet's Pizza the other day, and it changed his whole outlook on life.
Dude,
Dude, we did it
I might be
Sunday.
getting it tonight.
Yeah.
I did a hungover random. Alyssa was taking a nap and Rhodes, and I just went executive move, got a 4 corners, brought it back. Alyssa woke up. I was the hero.
Good for
I'm not
you.
the guy who's been out here just farting around. I'm the guy who went and got Zaw.
Dude, that's a good point. It's a good point.
Fuck yeah. I'm glad he likes it.
That makes me happy too.
Yeah.
I think I've been craving Jets lately. I haven't played my Zaw card in a minute. Might be time. Might be time. I don't know if I'm playing my Zaw card this weekend though. I gotta be careful.
What you got this weekend?
You got some Zaw plans?
You think I'm gonna ruin tomorrow's segment on free circling back during exactly 5 minutes?
You're gonna make us
Please,
wait?
sir. Please.
Aw. Shoot.
Man, I only watched 1 episode last night, but what a season.
How many do you have left?
How many are there?
6? 6 episodes.
That means I got 3 left, baby.
Wow.
No, I'm sorry, I have 4 left. Or no, 2. I don't do math. Left and
Figure it
right.
out.
Left and right's in math.
All right, hey, fun episode, guys.
That was good. Good questions.
Yep.
Good questions. I do prioritize people commenting on Patreon for the prompts for this. So if you do want to comment, please do. And I will make sure that if you have a good one that is in there first. Otherwise, we always put it on Instagram. So go follow us at Circling Back Pod. Not the noise drop I was trying to do. Add me on the gram. But also maybe we're trying to do that as well. Any closing thoughts, boys?
Bye.
I've got 66 messages. Bye.